This is Keith Copeland, founder of Entrepreneurs Freedom Blueprint, and this is your second lesson, video lesson. And I want to ask you a question. What are you doing with your life? Is it what you want to do with your life? Is it what you thought you'd be doing with your life? A couple different questions. Are you making a difference in what you're doing? Or are you just kind of going through your life and doing tasks to fill the day or just to create income so you can go off and do the things you really love to do? So are you making a difference in your life? And are you making a difference in other people's lives? Are you making a difference in the world around you, your world or my world? So if you aren't, then let me kind of give you some things to think about, some tips to get you thinking about how you could be making that difference that you really would like to make. Because I think if you're watching these videos and you're keeping up with this, you are the person who really knows you can do better, knows you have more to offer the world, and really wants to make a difference. So think about this. If you could do anything and time or money was not an issue, it was not a restriction, what would you do? Something productive, not just lay on a beach, not just lay and watch TV and eat bonbons, but what would you do if you were passionate about something and wanted to make a difference? What would you do? What would your life look like? How would you spend your days? What time would you get up in the morning? Would you hit the alarm clock early? Would you sleep in a little bit later because you know you could work in the evening? Maybe you're an evening productive person, so maybe you don't really get fired up until the afternoon or evening. Maybe you like to work through the nights. But what would your life look like if you could create your own schedule? If you could be productive when you wanted to? So who would you like to build something with? Because right now, if you're an employee, it's a fine thing to do, but right now you're probably helping build your employer's dreams and their future. Maybe it's meeting your needs, probably not. Based on you're trying to figure out how to make your life better, and you've registered to get in my webinars and get these videos. So who would you choose to build something with? I've had the good fortune for the last almost 20 years of building things with my wife. What a great opportunity. We've spent so much time together. We've learned together. We've grown together. We've built things together. We've worked through so much. And our relationship is so much different than a lot of couples I know, simply because, well, partly because we have had the opportunity to build things together, to have a common goal, a common dream, and actually take steps and actions to make that happen. So it's created this wonderful opportunity to grow my relationship. Let me ask you another question. These are all kind of things to get you thinking about tips and tools to get you to get motivated to create that change in your life. Think of it at the end of your life. At the end of your life, what would you like to look back on and say, hey, you know what, I did that. I was proud of that. I made a difference. I changed things. I did something for myself. I did something for my family. I did something for my community, my world. What are some things you'd like to look back at the end of your life and be able to say, hey, I did this? For me, I've been able to reach tens of thousands of people and help them find something inside themselves to make their lives better on their own terms. Not me telling them what to do, but them finding it, helping guide them to that. That's a wonderful thing. I've helped families. I've helped companies to grow. I've helped people start companies. So these are things I look back on in my life. One of the things I'm most proud of is making an important decision to make my relationship with my wife pivotal to everything else I do. Understanding that that's part of my values, my mission, my vision, that I'm going to grow, and we're going to grow together from the center together. So that's one of the things I'm going to look back on my life and say, you know what, I'm glad I stepped up, I'm glad I made that decision, I'm glad I made that choice and found the tools and techniques and the help I needed to really make a difference in my life, my wife's life, and the tens of thousands of people that I've helped. So I used to work in a factory, so that's not something I would have been able to say at the end of my life had I spent 30 or 40 years in there. Factory life is fine, it's a good honorable income, but you know what? I couldn't make the difference in that position. I couldn't have expressed my gift in the same way, my passion in the same way that I did, that I have since I made the choice to make a difference and find out what I'm all about. So I'm encouraging you to think about that. What are you doing with your life? Are you making a difference in your life and the world around you, people's lives? If you could do anything, regardless of time and money, if time and money was not a concern, if you could solve that equation, which most people can't, but if you could, where money and time are not a concern, what would you do with your life? Who would you build it with? How would your life be different? How would you look back at the end of your life if you made these decisions to make that difference and make that change and invest in yourself? So again, this is Keith Copeland, founder of the Entrepreneur's Freedom Blueprint, and I'll send along some more video lessons for you to help you kind of get motivated and give you some tips and tools to figure these things out and make a difference. It's important to me that you do make a difference, not just for you, but kind of selfishly for me, because if I can help you make your world a better place, my world becomes a better place simply by you doing that. So I have an invested interest in making sure that you're successful. So watch for the next video lesson, and we'll see you on the other side.